A few years ago, I added up everything I spent in one ordinary week. No big purchases, no emergencies, just 7 normal days. The total genuinely unsettled me, not because any single thing was reckless, but because most of it I had never actually decided to spend. That's the strange thing about money in 2026. Last year, the average American household spent just over $77,000, while incomes crawled up far slower. The gap between what life costs and what we earn widens every year, and almost nobody notices the moment it happens. Because money rarely leaves all at once. It leaves in small, quiet pieces. A few dollars for convenience, a subscription you forgot you had, a little upgrade that felt harmless. None of it feels like a decision. That's exactly the point. Somewhere in the last 5 years, a lot of perfectly ordinary purchases stopped being worth the money, and we kept buying them out of habit, not choice. So I ran the real numbers on my own life, and I stopped paying for 10 of them. I didn't miss a single one. A couple caught even me off guard, and the last one is the one almost nobody thinks about. Start with the one we all recognize: food delivery. The convenience is real, and so is the math. A meal that costs $12 in the restaurant often lands near $22 on the app, once you stack the service fee, the delivery fee, and the tip. That's more than an 80% premium to skip a 10-minute drive. Order twice a week, and that markup alone runs about $1,500 a year. Invested at an 8% return, it grows to nearly $70,000 over 20 years. I'm not against the occasional order on a hard day. That was never the problem. The problem is the moment the exception becomes the routine. So I kept the exception, and I let the routine go. Number 2. Buying brand new cars. Drive one off the lot, and it sheds around 20% of its value almost immediately. On a $40,000 car, that's $8,000 gone before you're even home. Now, before anyone types it in the comments, yes, if you buy new and keep it for 15 years until the wheels fall off, you soften that hit. That's a fair point, and honestly, it's the right way to own new. But most people don't do that. Most trade up every few years, straight through the steepest depreciation again and again. I buy lightly used instead, 3 to 5 years old, past the worst of the drop. The car still does everything I need, and the difference stays invested instead of parked in a driveway. Number 3. Stacked streaming subscriptions. Streaming was supposed to rescue us from cable. Then it slowly became cable. 5 or 6 services at around $15 each, and you're past $100 a month for shows you half watch. The trap is that no single charge feels big enough to cancel. That's the design. So I stopped holding all of them at once. Now I keep one at a time. Watch what I want, cancel, move to the next. Same shows, roughly $15 a month instead of $90. It's invisible on any given day. Over a year, it's another $1,000 that stays on my side of the table. Number 4. Buy now, pay later. Splitting a purchase into 4 easy payments sounds harmless. But the research is consistent. People spend 20 to 40% more when a price is broken into pieces. Your brain sees the small number and skips past the total. That's the entire mechanism. And nearly 40% of users miss a payment at some point, which is exactly where the fees begin. The old rule still holds, and it's a calm one. If you can't pay for it now, you can't quite afford it yet. A house is worth financing. A hoodie in 4 installments is just borrowing against a version of you who hasn't been paid yet. The day I stopped splitting small purchases, I simply started buying less, because the full price was finally sitting there in front of me, honest and whole. Number 5 is less a product than a pattern. Subscription creep. The car wash that quietly became a monthly membership. The gym you pay for but rarely visit. The box that arrives whether you want it or not. Each one is small, $20, $30, which is exactly why it survives. Nobody cancels a small charge. So one afternoon I wrote down every recurring payment I had. A few genuinely improved my life. Most were just inertia. I canceled the inertia, and it freed up around $100 a month I had never consciously agreed to spend. The move here isn't cutting everything, it's choosing on purpose instead of drifting. Number 6. Always owning the newest tech. The latest phone runs around $1,200, and for most of us, it takes photos slightly sharper than the phone already in our pocket. Same apps, same messages, same life. The upgrade cycle isn't built around what you need, it's built around what they need to sell. So I stopped chasing the new release. I buy a generation or two behind, often refurbished for about half the price, and it does everything I actually ask of it. Replacing a flagship phone every 2 years costs around $600 a year in lost value. Real money that, over a career, becomes tens of thousands, traded away for photos 3% sharper. Number 7. Paying for the name. The name brand detergent and the store brand beside it are often made in the same factory. From the same ingredients, one just costs nearly double. Generic ibuprofen is the identical molecule to the branded version at half the price. Across a year of groceries and household basics, switching to store brands can save a household $1,500 to $2,000 for products that perform the same. I'm not against quality. When the difference is real, I pay for it gladly. But most of the time, what you're paying extra for isn't the product. It's the marketing that convinced you the product was worth extra. I stopped funding that. Number 8. The standing restaurant habit. Not the celebration dinner. That one stays, always. I mean the automatic, every single week one. Restaurant prices are up more than a third since 2019. Dinner for two with drinks slides past $100 when the same meal at home might cost $15. A household spending $200 a week eating out is spending over $10,000 a year. I didn't quit eating out, I just made it intentional again. A real occasion instead of a default. The food actually tastes better when it means something, and the few thousand a year that used to vanish now goes somewhere that grows. Number 9, and this is the one that stays with me. The daily coffee run. A $6 drink doesn't feel like a financial decision. It feels like a small kindness to yourself. But $6 a day is roughly $2,000 a year. Good coffee made at home costs maybe 50 cents a cup, same caffeine, a fraction of the price. And here's the figure I can't unsee. That $2,000 a year, invested steadily over 30 years, grows to more than $225,000. Not for the coffee, for the habit. I still love good coffee. I just make most of it at home now, slowly, in the quiet of the morning. It turned out the calm was in the ritual, never the receipt. And number 10, the one I almost missed. Extended warranties and protection plans. That small add-on at checkout that sells you peace of mind for another $40, $80, $100. Here's the quiet truth. Most of these plans are almost pure profit for the seller, which tells you how rarely they ever pay out. Modern products usually outlive the warranty window, and when something does break, the repair often costs less than years of protection plans would have. So I stopped buying peace of mind by the receipt. Instead, I keep a small emergency fund, my own warranty on everything I own. It's the calmest protection there is, and it never expires. Look at these 10 together, and a pattern appears. None of them are evil. Every one simply relied on the same 3 things: convenience, habit, and the fact that we are rarely paying attention. They rose in price while giving back less, and we kept paying, because questioning them felt like more effort than letting them continue. But running the numbers changes everything. Combine even a few, and you're looking at $10,000 to $20,000 a year, money that, invested calmly and consistently, becomes the one thing no purchase can give you: the freedom to stop worrying about money at all. That's the whole idea behind this channel. Not deprivation, not guilt. Just awareness, knowing what something truly costs, knowing what it's genuinely worth to you, and choosing on purpose. That is the quiet difference between feeling broke and feeling calm on the very same income. So I'll leave you with the question that changed how I spend. Is this something I chose, or something that's just happening while I look away? Answer it honestly on each of these, and your money slowly stops working for everyone else and starts working for you. I'd love to know which one on this list surprised you the most. Tell me in the comments. And if this is the kind of calm you're building toward, stay a while. I'll see you in the next one.